Okay, how's everybody doing today? My name is Kent. The channel, of course, is Bitcoin EOS San Diego. I'm in San Diego, California. It's 2:23 p.m. September 13th, and I made a video yesterday about EOS, why they failed, and why I think they're coming back. And of course, during that video, I talked a little bit about Cardano. Of course, Cardano launched, I think, yesterday. And a lot of people, and I'll show you in my comments, like to comment about my opinions of Cardano, ADA, Charles Hawkinson's project. Let me get this thing out here a little broader. Oh, before I do that, I want to show you my my Arizona State T-shirt signed by, oh, it's on this side because I'm backwards because of the screen, Anthony Robles. If you don't know who Anthony Robles is, he was, I'll show you who he is in a second. Of course, you know, both of my sons wrestled. They were college Division I wrestlers, Arizona State University, both All-Americans in high school. My younger son was two-time junior college champ, a California champ in college. My older son wrestled all the way through Arizona State, was the Pac-12 runner-up one year, and also he state champion, California, you know, tons and tons of stuff. Is a great MMA fighter today, doing very well. But anyway, I'm kind of proud of this shirt because I have Anthony Robles. It's actually getting kind of faded. Can't really see his signature anymore. It's right there, but it's one of my favorite shirts. And before I actually lose it, I'll make a documentation of it here on this broadcast. So if you don't know who Anthony Robles is, I'll show you who he is in a second. Let me change my screen. Go to the broader screen here where you can see my browser. Come on, flip over. There we go. Bring up a browser. Broaden it out here. Right here is Anthony Robles. He was 125-pounder national champion for Arizona State University. He was there a little bit before my son was there. My sons were there. And he was a great college wrestler, one of the best of all times, in my opinion. And now he's a commentator for a lot of the Pac-12 wrestling stuff. So anyway, this is the shirt. He signed the shirt. A great guy. I've met him several times. In fact, he was at practice a bunch of times. Used to be at practice quite a bit when I was there watching my son. And he's a nice guy and really good guy to know. And you know, a great human being. To have a disability like he has, only to have one leg and to come back and be a national champ, NCAA national champ, which is an incredible feat for somebody that's only a one-legged wrestler. Incredible. So I'm kind of proud of this shirt. So I make mention of that. So before I do that, next time, you know, so after I've done that, now let's talk a little bit about Cardano. Cardano launched yesterday, and I just want to go through some of the things people write to me. Let me see if I can find some of the stuff. People write to me. Right here, a classic forever commented, first ADA, which is Cardano, was a scam. Then ADA launched. I don't care because they haven't built anything. 5 hours after they launched, he's already on to the next line of BS in a year where, let me see if I can get the rest of it. In a year where there's dApps, he will have, in a year where there are dApps, he will have some other criticism. How about instead just saying, shit, I was wrong. If EOS turns out, I will be willing to admit it. This is the kind of stuff people write me that drives me nuts, because they don't even understand how much goes into a blockchain. See if I can find some other ones. That's all commented on that one. Another person writes me, Bitcoin believer. This guy hates on everything except poopy EOS platform. Cardano is live now. I told him last night or last month it would be, and Polkadot is now launched, and it will. Let me see if I got to read the rest of it. Launched in a few weeks. He said Cardano would dump, and it didn't. Well, I think it has. Let me see what the prices are. Yeah, Cardano looks like it's dumped pretty well because it was over $3. So now we're down to $2.45. Let me see where the hex is at that I sold yesterday because it started to dump too. So Hex is down to 35 cents, So the pump and dump looks like it's starting to fall apart with Hex. Let's see how our CHL token is doing, which we will be giving you the opportunity to buy it off of our app. Yeah, we're up 17% today. And like I say, we actually have something that's working. We have an application where you're going to be able to buy the token on the application. What does Hex have? They don't even have an application. Well, what about anything on in the App Store? Anything, any place? Nothing. No place. Nothing. Nothing but smoke and mirrors, and a guy with Rolexes, and a guy with Louis Vuitton stuff, and a guy sitting there. Let me see if I can find his stuff. This guy right here, Richard Hart. Where's he at with all of his? This guy right here. I'd like to talk to Richard someday. Everybody keeps telling me that Richard will talk to me. This guy will talk to me. Bring it on, Richard. I want to talk to you, bro. Come on. I'm a 5,000 subscriber guy. I got nobody. I know you're used to talking to hundreds of thousands of people, and you got a project worth billions of dollars, and you probably made tens of millions with your pump and dump deal. But if you want to talk to me, hey, I'm willing to talk to you. But I know he won't talk to me because I'm going to call him out on the fact he's never built anything. He has no development. He's never built anything. And when he talks to me, he's going to talk to someone that knows the back end of the development side of a blockchain, understands what it takes to put an application up, understands what it takes to drive a community and get some people to rally around an idea, an application. It's not going to be, let's just talk about previous blockchain activities and how he's and I know he knows the history of blockchain, and I know he knows all the ins and outs of all the little nuances, as well as these other guys, this guy, these guys know a little bit about blockchain, but they've never done it. They've never been, they've never thrown a couple $100,000 on an application like we've done, thrown hundreds of thousands of dollars of their own money without an ICO and without any kind of grant money or any kind of anybody that's an investor or anything like that. We did it all from our own pockets, and still have yet to receive anything back for that. We'll be negative for years and years and years, but we continue to build because we believe in the process, and we believe in the technology. Unlike a guy like this, he sits there with a candelabra and a bunch of jewelry and talks bullshit, and that's all he ever does. Just like this guy does, the same thing. Talks BS and spends 5 years in development and just launches here. And then, this guy's actually a nice guy. I made a comment about his hair and beard. I said, dude, do one or the other. Either lose the beard or lose the hair. Don't do both because you look like a chick that hasn't shaved. I wrote him that comment. He actually was very, very nice and wrote me back and said, hey, I appreciate your comment. But anyway, nice guy. So this he's a good guy. I don't know who he is, but I like him. But he's been kind of pushing Cardano and talking about it. But like I say, once again, not from a developer's point of view, not from someone that's been at this for a number of years, not someone that's thrown hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars at something and continues to throw hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars at something and build something without any return on investment. So when you start getting into that category of people, then you can talk to me. Until you do that, don't talk to me because I've been through the blood, sweat, and tears, and the drain financially, and keeping a team together, from our own pockets, without having 60, 70, 80 million dollars raised in an ICO and another, billions and billions of dollars thrown at you just because you knew Vitalik for a few months sometime in the past. So. It's come back a few percent here in the last hour, but yeah, it's dumping pretty good. But anyway, I wanted to read a few of these comments because I found this kind of interesting. Alonzo. So this is Cardano. I don't know why it's over to the side. I'm going to read a little bit. They're talking about it launching, and of course, there's a couple comments. And right here, this is the one I'd like to read. It says, seriously, 6 years of peer review. This is Cardano's idea of how to advance the blockchain was peer review. To get some colleges or some people in the university system to all sit down and write a peer-reviewed paper. Not people in the academic, people in the real world, people in the academic world to write peer review, and that's how he's moving. So this person is a perfect, whoever this is that wrote this, Anthony. I commend you. It's a great comment. Seriously, 6 years of peer review research and 90 billion plus market cap later, and the first dApp on Cardano can't even do concurrent transaction processing, aka the very thing you need for DeFi. So they've already crashed Cardano. They can't even get the thing up and running, the first smart contract. Right here. The first Cardano app, a multi-pool exchange named Miniswap, shut down shortly after it launched because it struggles to process multiple transactions at once. The very thing you need for DeFi, according to Ethereum investor Anthony Sanasno, however you say his name. So, yeah, Cardano's up and running, and now it's crashing. You know, just like Ethereum does when you do anything more than CryptoKitties, it's crashing. So there you go. And this is why people continue to dump on EOS, but we're running on EOS, and we're running lots of transactions. Thousands of people are using it. We've had, I don't even know how many thousands of people that we've had open accounts. I think we're getting close to 20,000, if I'm not mistaken, have opened accounts on our application. And, you know, it's running, and we've never had anybody censored. So, you know, even though you people out there that like to say that you know, EOS is run by Chinese block producers that are, you know, censoring everything, we've never been censored on challenge. Nobody's ever censored a post on challenge. Nobody's taken anything down. Nobody's ever taken anything. It's been completely uncensored. So if Chinese block producers are running it, and, you know, they're run by the Chinese government, then they're not censoring us. They haven't done anything to cause us any problems. And we run, and our transactions all go through, and we're doing it on very, very little bit of resources. One of the few places where you can go on the blockchain and do something, hold a token, buy a token, you know, do so much on a thing and do it basically for free, without doing MetaMask fees, without doing Ether fees, without, you know, being involved with, you know, really, not to say anything negative about the EOS wallets, you know, Anchor and Scatter. I know that those, and I know some of the people from Scatter. I know the Scatter, Nathan James, and I know his brother. They're both good guys, and you know, they're doing their best, but they're just like us. They're working on incredibly difficult circumstances where they're not being able to fund their project. And, you know, it's a shame that a guy like Nathan James, who did so much for EOS, developed a Scatter wallet, and put so much of his own time and energy into it, worked so hard at that didn't get any help. You know, he was trying to become block producer. I don't even think he ever made it to the top 21. And, you know, that's the main vehicle to interact with EOS is Scatter. And those guys never got any help. They never got ICO money. They never got any money from Block One. They never got any help from Block One. They never got any help from anybody. They basically did everything alone, just like us. They tried to do everything alone, but they did the best they could do, and they did a pretty good job. But it's still very difficult to use the Scatter wallet to interact with the Scholar wallet, so you can actually interact with the EOS blockchain. So you can do transactions, because you have to pay for resources. We avoided all that. We just went ahead and paid for everything. So if you want to come to challenge, you don't have to give any resources. We take care of that. We cover your resources. We pay for it. You want to buy the token? We take care of that. You don't have to pay an exchange fee or gas fees or anything. We're going to let you buy the token for free and hold it on, you know, the challenge app for free, and not that there's anything we can do to, you know, make it so it's not honest or trustworthy, because it's all on the blockchain. It's all recorded. So you come to challenge and you buy the token. It's a public record of what you did. We can't change it. We're not going to change it. We're not going to let anybody else change it, because, you know, of course, we control the smart contracts. So yeah, it's an honest system where you're going to be able to do things for free and not be censored, and it's all going to be public, and it's all going to be a blockchain, and we're not going to sit there and go in development for 5 years and hide the money and, you know, run a really nice operation where we're running out of, you know, their ranch in Colorado like Cardano is, and you can invite people like Mark Cuban up and have him have a good old time with you, and we can talk over what the, you know, the benefits of Cardano are. So yeah, we haven't done any of that stuff. Here we go again. With a market cap of 83 billion, Cardano prominence is nothing to sniff at, but it could at least but it could be at least another few months before it poised to become anything close to an Ethereum killer. I don't think it's going to be an Ethereum killer at all. And I don't even think Ethereum is a killer at all. As I said, I continue to believe in EOS, even though people continue to dump on EOS. I think the wrong problem is you have a guy like Dan Larimer, who really isn't a media guy, and a guy that probably is a little too smart for his own good. He overthinks things. He overprocesses things. And the other thing about Dan is he seems to be so stuck on his belief systems that it's hard for him to adapt to the fact that, yeah, there is regulations out there in the world. And we don't like them. I don't like them. Nobody likes them. But you're not going to just reinvent the world overnight with blockchain. You're going to have some regulation. And of course, they did the right thing by going through the Security and Exchange Commission and getting the waivers. And during that period of time, they kind of go dark because they want to be accused of being, centralized, and they leave projects like us out in the cold. Guys like Scatter leave them out in the cold. Everybody gets left out in the cold. Now it sounds like they're starting to come back around and saying, "Hey, we're gonna launch some projects or give some block producers back some reward money." Actually, reward money that they took as fees. A lot of those fees were ours when we paid for the RAM, 16,000 EOS, I think, something like that, 16, 17,000 EOS. At the time was worth almost $200,000. Yeah, when they took that from us, they're going to maybe give some of that back. So yes, hopefully we can start to recover a little bit, and maybe EOS can start to recover. And as you see people like Cardano fall flat on their face with the Cardano, can't even run a simple smart contract. We'll see who actually comes out on the top with this thing, and see who ends up being the blockchain that succeeds, and the one that's running, and the one that's starting to reinvest back into the applications that are running on their blockchain. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video about that. If you want to watch the video from last night, that was a good video. Talked a little bit about why EOS, probably didn't, meet expectations as far as price is concerned, and why I do think they're coming back. And if Dan Larimer starts to, become more involved, and I think Dan is the guy that is the blockchain master, he starts to become more back involved and starts to realize that there are ways to work through some of these issues that he has, as far as a little bit of having people, he talked a little bit about voice on that thing, and voice was basically taken over by somebody else because of the way the thing was structured and everything like that. You just got to kind of let some of that stuff go and move forward. Dan's really into governance, and he's, making sure things are fair and democratic, and like I say, he overthinks a lot of things. I think Dan needs to probably let somebody else be the media person for the EOS blockchain. He needs to continue to work on the projects that he likes to work on, which are things that have to do with governance and making sure people are treated, everybody's treated fairly, without certain people having advantages. Dan likes that. And continue to move forward. It is the blockchain that is the most viable blockchain in the world, regardless of price and regardless of what people think. And I think Cardano proved that yesterday by launching and showing you what they did and how it worked out. So anyway, we'll continue to keep you updated. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.